Y'all, this is the absolute worst thing you can do for your anxiety, and there is a 99% chance you are doing it. And not only is it not helping, but it is actually making your anxiety worse. So today I'm going to tell you what this thing is. I'm going to tell you why it makes your anxiety worse. And of course, I'm going to give you a little trick to help you out, a question to ask yourself to help you stop doing this thing that's making your anxiety worse. Stick around. Hey there, welcome back. I'm so pumped that we are back together today for another video. If you are new here or you're not familiar, my name is Dr. Allison. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, and my jam and my mission is simplifying psychology to help you live a healthier and more meaningful life. Now, when anxiety pops up, your brain freaks out, it's afraid, and it worries, right? And that feeling is uncomfortable and unpleasant, so your brain looks for the fastest way to get rid of that feeling and get out of that anxiety. Your brain looks for the fastest way to make it go away. So, what does it do? Drum roll, it avoids. You turn away, you say no, you opt out, right? If you're thinking of having a difficult conversation, you get up to it and then you change your mind and you say forget it. If you've got a paper that you're supposed to be working on, you don't really know what you're doing, you're stressed out, you keep procrastinating and putting it off. If you're supposed to go to the dentist because it's been a year since your last visit, but you hate the sound of that drill, so you cancel your appointment and don't make a new one, right? That is an example of you're anxious, and so you avoid, you say no, you turn away, you don't do the thing that you're afraid of. Now, in the moment, avoidance seems like a great idea, and in the short term, sure, it works. So let's take that paper example. You think about sitting down to write the paper, you don't know what you're doing, all of a sudden all this anxiety comes up, you can feel it in your body, and the quickest way to make that anxiety go away is to say, I'll just do it later, right? And then you tuck it away, forget about it, say later, and your anxiety subsides. But that is so short-lived, because what happens is that tricks your brain into thinking that thing you avoided was super scary and daunting and should be avoided, so your anxiety increases. Then what do you think happens? You avoid more. Your anxiety increases. You can see where I'm going with this. This cycle is so incredibly sticky and really problematic, because at the end of this, your anxiety is now full-blown. So if avoiding whatever it is that's making you anxious, if avoiding is the worst thing, then what's the best thing? I am so glad you asked. The best thing and the most important thing when managing and tackling anxiety is to do, right? It's the opposite of avoid. So if avoiding makes it worse, then doing the thing you're anxious about is the best way to relieve that anxiety long term. Now, leaning into discomfort, doing the thing that you're anxious about, of course, is way easier said than done, right? If it were just that easy to be like, oh, great, I'll do it, I wouldn't have a job as a psychologist, right? Doing things that make you anxious is really difficult, and it's one of the things I talk about so much here on my channel and on my website. But a great question to ask yourself when you find yourself avoiding is think about what you're avoiding and then ask yourself this question. Is it danger or is it discomfort? So think about the thing that you're avoiding and ask yourself that question. Is it danger or is it discomfort? Now, if it's danger, I will join you in your avoidance, because that is just a safe behavior, right? So if you're looking at, I don't know, spelunking down a mountain, I don't really know what that is, but and you decide, you know what, I'm just going to do it without any gear, and anxiety rises up in you, and you ask yourself, okay, is this danger or discomfort? Y'all, that's danger, right? That seems like a dangerous, bad idea. So avoidance is very protective and healthy, and that's a survival mechanism that humans developed thousands and thousands of years ago. But let's say you're going to have a difficult conversation and you start avoiding it, and you ask yourself that same question. Is this danger? Is this conversation danger, or is it discomfort? And 9 times out of 10, y'all, it's discomfort. So if the answer is discomfort, that is your cue to lean in, buckle down, and do that thing. Of course, in the doing and the tackling your anxiety, you gotta use your skills, you gotta work, you got to use all the tips and tricks. And lucky for you, I've got a resource to help you do that. You have access to my free ultimate guide to tackling your anxiety, where I share my favorite tips and tricks and scientifically backed ways to manage and reduce anxiety. So if you want that, I will leave a link below in the description box, and that you can sign up for that, and it'll also allow you to be on my email list, where I send weekly, I don't go overboard, weekly emails with short little snippets and tidbits to help you along through the week. If you struggle with anxiety, then you know how easy it is to let that fear take over and to back away, no thanks, and to avoid. But if we want to challenge our anxiety, if we want to live courageous, brave, and full lives, you have to face that discomfort. So unless it's danger, then move forward, lean in, and no more avoiding. It is making your anxiety worse. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for every minute you spend here with me. Again, if you want that free ultimate guide to tackling your anxiety, the link is below, and I will see you next week for a brand new video. Take care.